score 40-36. While Judge Barbara Perez has it 39-37. All for the winner by unanimous decision, the crown jewel.
You know it's AB, always balling, always boarding, a lot of bills. You know what's going on, man. You know, shout out to Crown Jewels Boxing, man. You know, my people. You know, they get it in over there, straight up.
Lamar Peterson giving a shout out to CrownJewelBoxing.com.
What's good, YouTube? Crown Jewel from Crown Jewel Boxing. Back at you with a gem. This video is going to be a little bit outside of my wheelhouse, my usual wheelhouse. I went back and forth about whether or not I was going to comment on this a bunch of times. And I kind of settled on it's just a little too important of an issue for me not to say something. Earlier, Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp on Undisputed. Skip Bayless is, to me, I want to make sure I word this correctly and, you know, get my thoughts across the way I should. I guess I had to just say it. He blatantly disrespects yet another black man on TV. And another prolific athlete. And it takes me back to all the years he disrespected Stephen A. Smith while they were debating. Although I don't feel as bad for Stephen A. Smith because he kind of does a lot of the same banter and disrespects a lot of black male athletes himself. But really took me back to when he disrespected Jalen Rose. And Jalen Rose checked him and put him in his place. And what he did in putting him in his place was educate the world a lot on who Skip Bayless was as an athlete. Now, I'm not saying you have to be a great athlete to be a sports analyst or to be a journalist or have a career reporting on sports, because you may just be great at talking about sports. That's okay. I get it. I was a former professional athlete as a boxer, and I wasn't great. But I feel like I have the right to discuss boxing because, number one, I feel like I know it pretty well. Number two, I actually participated. But Skip is someone who, through Jalen Rose, we found out, was a below average high school basketball player. And you typically don't see former athletes that actually played any particular sport really become personal or disrespectful when they're analyzing another athlete or speaking on their accomplishments or lack thereof, or even their performances. But he seems very comfortable disrespecting good to very good or even great black male athletes on TV. And I'm not as upset with him as I am, unfortunately, with Shannon Sharp, Uncle Shay, the owner and proprietor of Club Shay Shay. I just want to know, at what point does Shannon Sharp put his foot down and decide he will not, for any dollar amount, be demoralized, emasculated, and disrespected in terms of his greatness as an athlete and as a man by someone who has not accomplished 10% of what he's accomplished athletically. And I hate to say it, but Shannon Sharp, you have to say something. Not for you, but for the millions upon millions of young black males who turn on that TV on a daily basis and watch you be demoralized, minimized, emasculated, and disrespected by someone who does not have the right, the expertise, or any other legitimate reason to do that to you. I don't think you and your brother, I love to hear the story about how hard you guys grew up being raised by your grandmother, your grandfather, how hard you worked on the farm, all the various jobs you had as a kid, your lack of sleep, how hard, you guys worked to get out of that tiny house that you grew up in with the tin roof that you got rained on, and how hard you worked to create a better situation for your sister and for your grandmother, and how hard your grandfather worked prior to dying, and how you guys were able to take care of your family, become great, and do the work he put into you guys justice and his legacy proud by becoming successful and making it out of rural Georgia. I really don't think you guys went through all that hell and worked that hard to reach the pinnacle of your career, to becoming an international Hall of Fame tight end, which means you're one of the very best to ever lace them up. To have someone who never played one down disrespect you because you were critical of another great player that he so happens to idolize. I'm not making this video to be controversial or saying that I want to see, as they say now, the smoke. Or I want to see some type of confrontation or verbal sparring between you two. But I just think it's time, Shannon Sharpe, not only for you, but for all future aspiring black male athletes, analysts, journalists, put your foot down. Stand up for yourself. Lead by example and let the generation coming behind you know that your dignity is not for sale, and that there is no price for you to go on TV on a daily basis and have someone who athletically is inferior to you demoralize you for ratings, for views, or for self-gratification. So I'm asking that if there's any way this video can make it to the great, legendary Hall of Fame tight end, Shannon Uncle Shay Shay Sharpe. I'm just a regular guy from a small town in Pleasantville, New Jersey, with an opinion. And I just want you to know it is extremely important, not only for you, but for those that will have the privilege of following you. For you to put your foot down, say enough's enough, and even if it means walking away from that show, you leave with your dignity. There's no way you should have to endure what you endured on yesterday because you gave an opinion, an expert opinion, on something you gave your adult life to. That's all I have for y'all tonight. Until next time, keep your hands up, your chin down, and your ass off the floor. Peace.